Micro B typing, keyboard sounding like a drum line. B-dubs losing it, Binky about the flat line. Super game, moon dudes, ain't no room for peace. We start searching answers, looking for the cease. Detroit love, scratching head, wonder what the deal. Michael B banging keys, those singers got some zeal. B-dubs yelling, man, you gotta cut it out. Show turning bonkers, all we hear is shout. Clack, tappity tap, B's keyboard on attack. B-dubs losing pages, ready to spin it back. Nostalgia and Detroit, man, they wonder where they at. Making music with the keys, but this ain't no rap. Michael B just smirking, mind lost in the cloud. Restart your bullet schematics, trying to find a clue. Detroit love saying, bro, what we gonna do? Chaos in the room, keyboards causing woe. Michael B ain't slow and tapping like he in a show. B-dubs ready to crack, headphones to the max. Restart just scratching noggin, calculating facts. Clack, clack, tappity tap, B's keyboard on attack. B-dubs losing pages, ready to spin it back. Nostalgia and Detroit, man, they wonder where they at. Making music with the keys, but this ain't no rap. This ain't no rap. Yeah. Clack, clack, tap, Eddie tap. B's keyboard on attack. P-dubs losing patience, ready to spin it back. Nostalgia and Detroit, man, they wonder where they at. Making music with the keys, but this ain't no rap. This ain't no rap. This ain't no rap. This ain't no rap. Clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap. Clap. But this ain't no rap. Clap, clap, clap. This ain't no rap. But this ain't no rap.
Hey, oh, what's that? Subscribe, yeah. Sacks of games on the shelf like a dream. JPEG cell with the intro, smooth and keen. Throwing up the peace sign, feeling serene. Mr. Cooper got the stats, a true gaming fiend. Decked out in merch like a cozy cuisine in the chat. Chaotic VPR reigns supreme. Hit them with emojis, they on the whole scheme. Gaming grub, tech talk, it's the theme. Chef up a storm while the consoles gleam. Fitting wisdom and laugh, a perfect team.
Open up the fridge, let the stream begin. Drop a like, subscribe, let the chat chime in.
Hey, wait. In the kitchen with J Pixel, check the feed. Open fridge where the good vibes live. Mr. Cooper on the side, gaming knowledge deep. Chats alive, got a VPR, they never sleep. We mix tech talk with a dash of game lore. Unbox the flavor, what we all came for. Nerd culture like a comic book store. With Griffin on the latest, why the fans are full of bitch.
Open up the fridge, let the stream begin. Drop a like, subscribe, let the chat chime in.
Hey, wait.
Open up the fridge, let the stream begin. Drop a like, subscribe, let the chat chime in.
When it's gaming news you crave, better stay tuned in. JPX with reviews, spin the tech whirlwind. Where Mr. Cooper's got a take on every console war. While chaotic VVR chats, who's gonna score? Fresh content every week, open fridge don't rest. Taking the victory and defeat, putting skills to test. Serving fandom on a plate, all the culture's beats. Gaming, eating, tech and space, broadcasting on the streets. Yeah. In the open fridge lights where the cool air flows. Hit the bell for the hype, watch the community grow.
Open up the fridge, let the stream begin. Drop a like, subscribe, let the chat chime in.
With the light guns, showing off retro fun. Arcades Anonymous, kicked off without a fuss. Todd's light guns on display, retro shooter style today. Arcades hit with a surprise, we went offline, no lies. JPXO can check it out, y'all. It's time to flow. JPXL, Mr. Coop in the show. Get on it, PBR in the chat. Oh no, gaming news and nerd culture. Let's go. Open fridge, what's inside? Take a peek. Round table talk every day of the week. Hip hop beats dancing on the floor. Tune in, y'all. We're ready for more. Ready for more. Open fridge. Click play. Open fridge. All day. Open fridge. Let's see. Open fridge. You and me.
What's going on, everybody? JPXL coming back at you for another week for some other news. I appreciate you all being here, and let's get right into it. I'm going to bring in my co-host with the most, Mr. Cooper.
How we doing?
Doing good. You are a little stuffy today, it sounds like, but I'm glad you're here.
Oh, yeah.
You missed out last week. You had some real important thing, something about an anniversary or something going on.
Yeah, it was just like the day that we got married, and like my wife wanted to celebrate that for some
Oh,
reason.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, all right.
Seems like that's going
Yeah.
around lately.
Yeah. I don't know. So I was like, well, sorry, I can't come that last weekend. And the week before, I had some dental work done, and half my face was numb. So unless you wanted to do a show with someone who looked like they just had a seizure or talk like not a seizure but a stroke, yeah, I'm like, hey, it's car waters, guys. Yeah, so
But that's
and
okay.
probably biting my
That's
cheek the whole time.
that was okay. I mean, we got to take a break, and then I got to do a show with my son, Finner 7. So I did ask him if he wanted to come on today, but he's busy. So, but we're gonna have to get him on here too, because you mentioned in chat that you want to ask him some questions and how cool I am,
Oh,
and
yeah.
how it is to have the coolest dad in the world. So
Yeah. I'll ask him that question along with many others. No, that's
no, yeah, he's
awesome.
great, and I like having his perspective too, because his gaming experience and stuff is like totally different from mine. But I grew up almost with his stuff too, so I mean, I bought most of his gaming stuff, so I'm responsible mostly for what he likes, and just seeing what he's like. Actually today guess what game he's playing today. Just take a while. Fortnite, there it is. Not but yeah, so let's look quickly, say hi everybody in the chat. We had new person, Ted Adam Green. Welcome. Appreciate you stopping by, checking us out. Of course, you got all good guys here. And Burger Time Babe, she's very familiar. And if anybody's lurking in the chat, just holler and say hi. We'll if you watch replay, I appreciate it. We are we're creeping up, on our goal here. Let's see here if I can find it. See if I can do this right. Our sub goal, it says 910. We're actually at 912. So we are getting really close to 1,000, and just creeping up there. And so if you are already subscribed and you think you know somebody that would enjoy what we're doing here, just hit them up and let them know what we're doing, and kind of share it. And we're just trying to get to that 1,000. I used to be monetized back in the day when YouTube didn't have all these really weird oh, what's up, Terry? Weird requirements and stuff. So it's just kind of like a journey back, journey back home. So so that's what we're doing. And it's been a grind, but it's also been enjoyable. I know, Mr. Cooper, you just hit a milestone of 300.
300.
What up, bad guy?
Hey,
Mike, what's up?
how we doing?
Yep, appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, so 300, I mean, it's a grind, isn't it? Just getting that far.
Oh yeah. I started this year, being in January, is whenever I really started trying to do a YouTube channel. So it's been 8 months, and it took that long to get 300. And I had a good boost in the beginning, but it's just you gotta every video hope to get a few, and you'll get there one day. We'll get there one day. It'll be.
I'm enjoying it though. There's
Yeah.
ways you can like boost your count and stuff, but I am actually enjoying not the grind, but just the journey, I guess I would say, because it's satisfying, it's rewarding because you're people are, you just feel like people are appreciating what you're doing. So yeah, so if you guys like what we're doing, check us out. Like this channel is Gamer Fridge, but Mr. Cooper has a channel too. What shout it out, go ahead.
Galaga Guy 88. So go check me out over on that page
So
and
his next goal, we're
find
trying to
some
get
cool.
him up to 500, and when he can be here, is Chaotic BPR. He just hit 500 on with his. He does a show called Yo Retro. They said they're taking kind of a hiatus, but they're usually on Sundays. But they do a lot of at games. He's doing a lot of VPX pinball now. So, you know what he told me the other day about the VPX pinball? It works in VR.
What? That's
Yeah, so
crazy.
yeah, so you don't even need the table. I said, bro, what up? We're gonna
Now,
have
do
to.
you have the MetaQuest 3
I have
or
the
what do
three.
you use?
I have the 3.
Now, see, I tried the Star Wars pinball and I have a 2, and it was a little fuzzy. I couldn't see quite what I was doing because, like, it just like I couldn't see the table right. It felt like really
Well, this
fuzzy.
is
So I didn't.
VPX. That's what that standalone or that community thing. So that's completely different. And I guess they have VR.
Oh,
They have
okay.
VR modes because he was late night practicing. So yeah, I like Mr. Cooper's name. Do you guys remember the show? Yep,
Yes.
that's there. You go.
Yes.
Where's my theme
There
song?
you go.
Cooper.
Yeah, we just got demonetized. Huh? They're like,
because we
they're
sang
like,
that so well.
yeah.
But
They're
yeah,
like, they gotcha.
when you see Danny, he was sitting there playing Let's Get Ready to Rumble and stuff. He found the soundboard.
Oh,
So I'm like, dude, you're gonna get yourself my. He was playing the NWO theme song. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. So he was all like, I'm like, dude, you're gonna get yourself demonetized right away. But
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it was fun watching him doing that. He was interviewing Retro Gaming Guy, and he's doing stuff with Buff Bagwell, and he said he was
Yeah.
just got stuff with Ted DiBiase and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And he's like, it like just opened up all of a sudden. I'm like, dude, that is awesome. So that's old school wrestling for me. I mean, that's back when it
Yeah.
was fun to watch. I know the bad guy knows what I'm talking about. NWO Black and
Yeah.
White. I'm Wolfpack up for life. You know,
Yeah, if you want to see some good old wrestling clips, yeah, the bad guy, he's got those shorts
yeah,
all
his
the time. They
shorts,
pop up on my
his
feed.
wrestling shorts are
Yeah.
awesome. I'm glad to see him back around,
Yeah.
man. I know they ain't doing nostalgia stuff,
Yeah.
but I appreciate it, Terry. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Get your kids in there and show them whatever. I appreciate you. If you watched last week's show, you'll see Ethan too. She's a friend of the family. I appreciate her. Yeah. So
Nice.
so I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to do this. Yeah. So like I said, go ahead and subscribe, and we'll get to it. So yeah, I understand it's been a busy summer. Yeah, it's starting to wind down, getting fall, and football season is about to start, and I'm getting excited for
Yeah.
that.
Speaking
And
of starting new things, Burger Time Babe, she got to play one of the greatest arcade games
oh, okay.
ever
Okay, what?
this past week for the first time.
Okay,
Guess what it was?
Mappy.
It was Mappy.
Was it for real?
Yeah. I was like, she's never played Mappy before, and I'm like, you're gonna have to play some Mappy because Mappy makes you happy. So
Okay, I'm gonna
she
give you.
liked it.
I'm gonna tell you something. I actually played Mappy for the first time the other day too. I have it actually pulled up on one.
See?
Of my... It's not that good, dude.
See? Dude, it's awesome. It's a good game.
I didn't know what I was doing. I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to be doing in this stupid game? Like, why? The door opens and you go flying backwards. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, what is going
It's
on
fun.
here? But
You gotta run away from the mice and collect all the stuff. That's what you gotta
yeah,
do.
but then you just walk past them half the time when you hop past them. It's like I suck at Mappy too. But I've been playing on that like clone on the iArcade of it's kind of like Robotron, but it's a clone of it.
What is, starts with
yeah,
an S. Yeah.
like
Was it
Sin,
Spark or
I don't know, Sin
no?
something.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it's like Robotron. And you know what I noticed? Because I have Glenn's deck, sometimes the roll ball becomes the the directional thing that takes over and thinks it's a mouse. So instead of playing the twin
Oh,
joystick, um, it now you're trying to make me think what the game is, but we'll get it by the end of the show. It goes over to the trackball and actually makes it a little easier. So I'm playing with a trackball. It's a twin shooter with a trackball, so it's interesting that that takes over. So I don't know if it would do it for you. Do you have Glenn's deck?
no, I don't have Glenn's deck. Isn't that on the IRKs where people usually slap that on?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
can you put it on anything?
Oh no, right now it's just for the arcade.
Yeah, I never had an IRK,
I never
so
had arcade. I highly recommend it, especially if you're into multicade stuff. Uh, so Glenn's gonna have a Viper. So basically, the iArcade is gonna do Android side, and the Viper is gonna do Linux side. So you're gonna have the best of both worlds. So the iArcade can do like APKs, and then the what's up, Jason? No problem, no problem. We're
yeah,
just chilling. And then the Viper is gonna do like a Linux side, like Batacera kind of. You can do Batacera, but you can do they're doing something called Arcade, the letter Arcade, which is cool. I just found out the guy was from West Michigan, so another guy from Michigan. So I'll figure out where he's from.
yeah.
So
There you
another
go.
guy from Michigan, we win. Ohio sucks.
Why does Ohio have to suck just because Michigan does something?
Go blue. Anyway,
Like,
I'll get
it was
Garage
sunny
Gamer in
Michigan
here.
today.
He's gonna
Yeah,
start
Ohio
hating me.
sucks. Like,
Ohio sucks. Anyway, let's get to the show. We're gonna get to it. We're 14 minutes in already. So we're gonna talk about some gaming deals, and then we're gonna have this little conversation about companies getting a clue, maybe, and MetaQuest has second thoughts, and I haven't put it in here, but old school franchise, a rebirth of an old franchise. You know, it's probably so exciting. A lot of people are up there. And there he is, Kayak BPR. He is in the chat, like the theme song says. Kayak is in the chat. What's up? I think he's working, but I appreciate you stopping by, saying hi. All right, so let's get to the news you can use. All right, first up is let's go into the gaming deals. I don't got my little transition, but you want to shout out and tell everybody about what this is about?
so I know we had mentioned this before about getting this Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for 40% off. And it was the last day was today, technically, August 26th was they said that, that if you want it for 40% off, you can buy this 3-month pass and go up to 3 years for 40% off. But in the kindness of their hearts, I guess, they've extended it now to August 29th. So I don't know if they're not selling enough of them or they're just like wanting to be nice. But you still have a couple more days where if you have Xbox and you want to have the Game Pass, you can get it for technically 40% off. So I wanted to share that with people, make sure they knew that option is still out there for a few more days if you want to think about it more.
Yeah, this is a good deal. And you can stack these too. So if you want to get
Mhm.
ahead of the price hike, go ahead and get these in there. I know I'm like 2 years ahead, so I think there's a maximum like 36 months, or 36
Yeah, I
months
think
is
it's
your
36
max,
months. Yep.
as it says.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you got a couple more days on that. So if you're seeing this on repeat, just double check the dates on that. But that's a good deal. Get that going on there. And stack them up if you want to. And this is where if you get the ultimate, you can use it for PC, the console, and on your mobile, so you can stream it. So a lot of the games you can stream on your mobile. I don't know if people realize you can do all three of those when you get the ultimate, and that's going to be the best, and some of the big games, I think it's stupid, but some of the big games like Call of Duty, Black Ops, and These new games, first party games are be coming out. They're not putting them
Yeah.
out on the lower tiers, but on the higher tiers, they're gonna do it, and I think it's a big mistake. But I'm gonna play them. I ain't gonna buy them.
Yep, there you go.
So I don't get it. So uh, as I take a drink. Anyway, another thing coming up is closing in is this thing. You want to explain what this is all about?
Yeah, so it was announced. Actually, it popped up randomly, even on my Switch, that Pinball FX3, the Balls of Glory Pinball, is going away. I believe the date was, what was it? August? Was it in August or was it in September? I didn't have it pulled up. Here it is.
It's in
It is
Discord,
leaving.
which you texted it to me.
Yeah, it's leaving the library on August 28th, 2020. So only a couple more days is Balls of Glory going to be on
So we got about 2 more
Pinball
days.
FX3.
Yeah. So I'm just
Yeah,
gonna.
so 2 more days. So if you haven't purchased it and downloaded it, might be an issue for you. So make sure that if you thought about getting this, that you pick it up very quickly. Hopefully, you're not watching this on the replay on like the 30th or something.
Mhm.
But if you want Balls of Glory on your FX3, wherever you play that, make sure you pick that up before it's gone.
Yeah, it looks like Bob's Burger, American Dad, Art. What's that?
Family Guy,
Family Guy and Archer.
Archer.
Yep. So those
Yeah.
are the four. Those are like those Adult
And I'd wonder if they
Swim,
just,
not Adult Swim, but like adult or like Fox. Those
yeah.
Fox Power. I think that's why Fox owns these and Disney's probably pulling them back.
Okay, okay. I was wondering why they would just get rid of them, like if they lost licensing or what exactly happened.
Yeah, I think Disney's
But
pulling back a lot of the Fox properties, from what I'm hearing. I could be wrong, but
so these
if you ask
probably,
Jason Little Alien in the chat, he seems to have his pulse on all that stuff. So he's full of that
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
information of what's going on. But yeah, so if you want these, it's for FX3, not the new FX. I did notice that. I don't think it's on the FX. Lost the
Lost
licensing.
the
Okay.
licensing.
I think the licensing is probably just expiring. So those things expire. They have a time limit. So yeah, definitely. If you want those, get them, download them, and we can.
I will say the Bob's Burgers one is actually pretty fun.
Is it?
I mean, I've played the Family Guy one, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and it was uh it was okay. I like the Bob's Burgers one probably the best out of these four.
Okay.
But yeah.
Awesome. All right, and well, let's get in some deals we got going on. If you have PlayStation, this is one of my favorite series from the PlayStation 2. They added Time Splitters, the whole series of Time Splitters. Um, have you ever played Time Splitters?
I have never played Time Splitters ever.
Okay, it's it's a first person
I have
shoot.
heard of it.
Okay, you've heard of it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard of it for sure.
Um, so Time Splitters is, they kind of go back in time thing, but the main thing about it that people like about it is it's kind of what do you call it's a first person shooter, um, and it's just got all these wacky characters, and it was on the PlayStation, and it had to like create your own map mode. You just run around and shoot it. It's kind of like what do you got, Unreal Tournament feel to it. If you play
Okay.
Unreal Tournament and you just run around and shoot people, and they have all these game modes. But the thing is, it was like you could play a LAN or you could play 4-player split, and you could play with bots, and it was this uh, it was just a lot of fun, just mindless fun. Let me pull one of them up, just kind of give you an idea what it looks like. It's just mindless fun. So they're adding all the all 1, 2, and 3. There's 3 of them. There is a whole story and stuff. I never really played it. I was just the story mode. I just found out you could just multiplayer, and we would just run around and shoot each other and stuff. It's just mindless fun. So it's I guess they don't have trophies. But yeah, okay, cool. Brian's saying he got 500 subs. He's gonna plan on doing his Ambernet giveaway. Yeah, that's awesome. If you guys don't
Heck
have one of
yeah.
those Ambernet SPs, but back to this. it's I'm excited if you have the top tier of PlayStation PSN. That is available now. I booted it up, installed it, and started playing it. And it doesn't have trophies yet, which people are disappointed about because they've been putting trophies in like PSP games, and all these old games are getting like achievements and stuff like that. And people are really excited about that, and they didn't add that to this game yet. Here it's coming. But if you guys want to check that out, go ahead. That is free right now going on. And what else do we got going on? Steam is having Rhythm Fest. If you're interested, Max, I don't know a lot of these, but if you're into like rhythm games, there
Okay.
is some good deals. It looks like Robo Beat, Rhythm Doctor, stuff like that. So
Hmm.
so if you're interested in that, that's what they got going on right now. Nintendo looks like they have a Capcom sale. Um, the Capcom Fighting Collection. I think this is the first one, and not to be confused with the one we were looking
Yeah.
at. It's
Yeah, don't confuse those,
yeah,
even
there's
though
a
they're
new
like
one coming
almost
out that
exactly the
looks
same.
very familiar, very similar to this. That's not it, but this one's $15.99. Um, and then they do have some retro gaming stuff. If you guys, I know a lot of guys in retro, they got the Capcom Arcade Stadium, 1 and 2. This looks like $15.99. And Mega Man, if you're into Mega Man, Monster Hunter, looks like Resident Evil 4 is $10. So you can't go wrong there. So if you guys want to check that out, go ahead and
That's one of
head
those games
over.
that they've like remade. They've remade so much. It's just like
Yeah,
Resident
yeah,
Evil
and
4
it's
is just
just
like
like,
everything.
yep. Now, if you have Prime, Amazon Prime, I'll just kind of point out that you can pick up and keep Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation and Chronicles. These are still going on. The Grim, Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. That game is fun. I don't know if you ever played it. It's kind of a futuristic cyberpunkish game. And then Boulder Gate 2. And then I didn't know this. They had daily challenges exclusive to Prime. They have these little challenges and
Hmm.
stuff you can do. I didn't know that. So Nerdle and Framed. I don't know if you guys want to compete against people in these daily challenges. Check those out. Um, so yeah, I know a new month next week. These might be changing. Um, the Angels of Darkness. I didn't know that was nice. And these are a lot of these are GOG. So once you get them, you keep them, and there's no copy protection or anything on them. So I appreciate. I like like PlayStation stuff. If you unsubscribe, you lose them. But a lot of these
Yeah.
are cool. Talking about things you keep. Epic Game Store, uh, Gigantic Rampage Edition, and the Callisto Protocol. I guess this is a spiritual successor to Dead Space. I found that out.
Huh.
So spiritual successor Dead Space, that's going till August 29th. So a couple of days. And then after that, September 5th, we're getting Fallout, the 1, 2, and 3. Fallout 1, Fallout 2, and Fallout Tactics. So these are the top down ones for
Okay.
free. And then Wildcard Football. Um it's like Blitz but slower. me and
Slow Blitz. Okay.
me and Chaotic, we thought this would be a good game, and then we went and played it, and I was like, ah, it's more of like a card game than a football game, because you put power ups and do all these
Uh,
crazy stuff. I turned all that crap off, and then it's kind of boring. But I don't like playing with all those power ups and stuff like that. So, um, it's free, give it a shot. If you're football season's coming up. If you want to play a football game for free, and it does have licensed players. It doesn't have licensed teams. So
hmm.
there's that. Any other deals or anything you can think of?
Nope, nothing that I saw. Those were the only ones I could really find. You found a lot more than I did because I was looking. I'm like, man, there's not much going on this week. So you found a lot more than I did.
Yeah, I'm always looking in if And if you find any deals or anything, if you go into Discord now, we have it called section in Arcades Anonymous called Dealer. I think GI Joel put that together. So start slap them in there, and we'll if you during the week we'll start updating that. So I like this whole deal section. I think that helps the gamers out, man. We got to help the gamers out, get gaming. I know a lot of these are PC, but I try to find stuff across all systems. So that is
Yeah.
what the deals are this week. So talking about games and stuff, any games that have been really scratching an itch for you this week?
I know it sounds kind of bad, but I've been still playing Xenoblade 3, trying to get through that thing, man. It's been like a
Okay.
year. Like there's so much grind. I think I played it for like 5 hours on Saturday because we've been all sick, my whole family. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, put on something for the kids, and they sat there, and I was like, I'm just gonna keep playing this, and I'm like 63 hours into it, and then they're still like, oh, there's probably like another like 10 or 12, and I'm like, dude, I just want to beat this game to move
So
on.
what are you
Like,
playing it
what?
on?
Switch. I played
Switch.
on my
Okay, so
Switch.
this
Yes.
is a Switch game. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, you can. It's a lot of grinding too, because you have to level up, and so it's like you have to fight these monsters, and it just takes forever to get to a certain level, so you can go to the next part. And then there's great like cinematic clips, but they take forever sometimes. I'm like, dude, this has been like 20 minutes of just talking. Like, come on. But it's a really cool story and a cool game, but it's just like it takes forever. Which we kind of talked about that too on Arcades Anonymous about the retro games versus games now, and it's like sometimes it's like I just want to move on, but I want to finish this. It's just like
Right.
these games take too long sometimes.
Yep.
But
So
oh well.
yeah, that
What about you?
yeah, I agree that sometimes these games are sometimes I like to get lost in some of these games, but sometimes I just want to have something quick to pick up and play. So lately, I've been stuck on X Defiant. I got my
Yeah.
son on there. The reason why it's Call of Duty at its purest sense of just basic Call of Duty. I played Domination. I love Domination. That's all I usually play. It has free dominations, a free to play game. Has like these daily challenges that kind of make it interesting. So every day you can do these 3 challenges, um, and I'm able to play it on my ROG Ally in my bed. I can play it on my PS5, or I could come down here and play it on the PC. It's just and everything's synced. It's just become my pick up go to game of just mindless. You just need something that you don't have to think too much. Run around and shoot. Do a couple challenges, and I can put it down. I don't have to grind. And there is some grinding, but it's not like overwhelmingly. I feel like I need to do. The daily challenges are quite easy, and then you can level up to like unlock characters. Everything's unlockable if you just want to play it. For the most part, there's like one class that is going to take a while to unlock, but gives me something to look forward to, and it's just plain fun. And so I'm just having a lot of fun with it. It's not the best game. It's not the, but the thing is, Call of Duty. If you boot up a Call of Duty game now, the menu system is all crazy. It's just too much.
Yeah.
It's just an overwhelming game, and I just want to go back to the old school shooters
Yeah.
and just shoot and go and jump in the game. I don't want to just sit there in menus half the time and figure out what my loadout should be. It's
Yeah.
so the fact that I can play it on my ROG Ally and it runs really well, and I can sit in bed and play a couple of rounds and then to just kind of drop it off is like the only game I can think I can do that with. That's an online shooter, and it's free. So you want to check it out?
Yeah.
It's Defiant. It's Ubisoft. It's their Ubisoft their universe. So it's got a lot of Watch Dogs and Division and Far Cry, and then they're rumored to have bringing in Assassin's Creed. I don't know how they're gonna do that in a first person shooter, but if I could go around poisoning people and making them go crazy, that would be hilarious, because that was my funnest thing to do in the like Assassin's Creed, going up to somebody and poison them and walking away and watching them just like spats out. I don't know if you ever played that. You can just walk up to
No, no,
people.
no.
Yeah, you can just walk up to people and like like poke them and walk away, and then they all start going crazy, and everybody's like, "What's wrong with you?" And then you do it to a guard, and he starts beating up the other guard.
Oh, that's great.
If you
That's
could do
great.
that to people, and that would be a cool like walk up to them and stab them, and then they like spaz out and start beating up their own team. I don't know.
That'd
I
be
don't know how they
great.
would pull it off, but that sounds fun. I'd play it. But yeah, so that's what's going on here. So let's get to our first story, hot take.
Truth burns hotter, but the proof chills. Hot takes sizzle, but the cold facts thrill.
All right, hot take. Video game companies don't know what gamers want anymore. What do you think?
I think it's absolutely true. I feel like I feel like especially the triple A games
What about
that
the
it's very
quadruple A
more.
games?
Yeah, the quadruple game, yeah. But it's
What
like
about Ubisoft?
they don't really I think they're so focused on how can I make money from this that they kind of lose themselves. Like the soul of the game kind of dissipates a lot of times. Or they make decisions that don't make sense if you're coming from a gamer's point of view, like, hey, why did you do that? It's kind of dumb. Like they don't really know what they're doing anymore, just trying to somehow, make a bunch of money without realizing what you need to do.
You have to make them fun.
Yeah.
So give me a second here. So yeah, so I asked this question to the chat, and let me see here. Sorry, guys. So, do companies know what customers want to play? We got 50-50 on no, they're hot garbage to sometimes they get it right. And nobody's saying they're bangers out there. So, I think
Yeah.
so a lot of people are feeling that either it's hot garbage or they might come out with a good one. That's what I kind of feel too. Is like this like X Defiant came out, and not a lot of people. I mean, it's not. It's like okay, it's like there's not the best, it's not the worst. But then after that, it's all hard garbage. There's no like real like this is a banger. I said maybe what was that Helldivers 2, but then the guy from Helldivers 2 is they're starting to like just screw with the players because they want you to play a certain way or something like that, and they get mad at you, so they start changing it and pissing off all the user base, which doesn't make any sense to me. Your customers
Yeah.
are gamers. Why are you messing with your gamer? Why are you messing with your customers? Because they don't want to play the way you want them to play. The reason why this is such a big hot topic, I don't know if you heard, there was a new game that came out called Concord by Sony. And this is supposed to be Sony's big hit this year. Big free to play, no, not free to play. Big what they call like live service game. They have this big first. Everybody wants to be the next Fortnite. Their live service game, and it just died. It just died so quickly. I've seen so many videos this week. I've watched so much stuff on it. Everything from it's too political to it's just boring. It's unimaginative. Nobody, it costs $40. So initially, everything
Okay.
else is free to play. This thing, there's no characters anybody knows. It's just
I
meh. And from what I'm hearing, that the gameplay is pretty good. I mean, from the footage I've seen, it doesn't look like as far as gameplay goes, it looks pretty good. So that's what I'm hearing, but it's just unimaginative. Thank you. Um, uh,
unimaginative.
there you go.
Unimaginative.
Yeah, it's hard to say,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But this thing did worse than Suicide Squad and Redfall, which
And see, I didn't hear like I didn't know. I just had heard, I saw some headlines of like only 40 people were like online over the weekend that it came out, and like even currently there's only like 600 some players that are like online playing it on Steam. So they're saying like it's flopped like super hard. I didn't know why. I had no interest in playing it. So I didn't really keep up with it, but it sounds like there's just a lot of issues with the game itself. Like it's not as far as the gameplay, but the content outside of the gameplay that's just kind of eh.
Yeah, so I mean, first you're coming up with a new IP, that's going to be hard enough, right? And
Yeah.
then there was a political element to it. Can't ignore that. I'm not going to skip around that. That there's people who they blatantly wanted to push an agenda. This not mince any words,
Okay.
and that's gonna, like it or not, that's gonna push off a lot of people who are gamers. And then they had just and people who didn't care about that stuff, the characters weren't very interesting. And then the people who didn't care about that, it's $40, and they could play Overwatch for free. Overwatch 2 for free, or you can play Destiny for free.
Yeah.
And it's like a cost between that. And there's a hero shooter, which people are kind of burned out on. I can play X Defiant, has a hero shooter like map or like mission that you can do. So it's just kind of like what do you why would I pay $40 to play this? And then a lot of people say that. So yeah, you're talking about the player count right now. It lasts 181 hours, 395 peak.
Oh my goodness.
660 all time. People are saying it hit 700. No, it didn't. This is on Steam, and you need Steam. People, okay, this isn't PlayStation, but you need Steam. Steam is a big online. These online shooters need. They can't. The reason why they put them on Steam is because they need that market. And this sucker tanked. The sucker tanked bad. I mean, I can't see it lasting throughout the month, to be honest, without a major overhaul. Doing something free to play, or make it free on PSN or something. They're gonna have to.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to do something to get player count, because if the player count is, it's kind of like chicken and egg situation now. If you don't have the players, they ain't gonna come. If they're not gonna come unless the players are there. So even trying to get new people into this is gonna be hard if nobody is there. So it's uphill battle. I think if I would give some advice, I would have changed these characters out for like Sony characters. Like, imagine if this was like Ratchet and Clank, like all the Ratchet and Clank characters. Bam, bam! I'll be playing.
Yeah,
it right
they
now.
could sell that all day.
I'll be dropping $40 right now. I'd be playing Ratchet and Clank all day. I mean, I'm a big Ratchet and Clank fan. I'm a Sony fanboy, so.
Yeah.
You got to give me some Sony. If this was a Sony thing, this doesn't feel like a Sony thing. If they just bought this company, Sony put a lot of money into this. This game took 8 years to make, so it's yeah. So this is where I say these companies have no idea what gamers want, obviously. And this isn't the only, this is Sony's flop right now. But I don't remember Xbox did the same thing with Redfall. So Redfall was a flop.
Oh yeah, it had so many bugs that whenever it came out, people were just like, "This is ridiculous."
Yeah. So
And I remember that. Yeah.
So this, it's they didn't. I don't know. And then they closed this. Didn't they close this company down immediately afterwards? And then they had what, Hi-Fi Rush, which was a good game. They shut that company down. These guys have no clue what they're doing. So
yeah,
and then another bad one that it did worse was the Suicide Squad. So the Concord did worse than the Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad did so bad, WB gave up on gaming and are now licensing out the IP so other people can make the games. That's how bad they did. So to give you an idea how bad this is, how bad of a flop this is. How do you drop the ball that bad? It's not hard. We want fun games, and I don't know. And Nintendo isn't out of the clear either. They got some flops. I don't know if you remember the Everybody Wants to Switch. Who wanted this?
Nobody.
It was a tech demo that should have been free, and then they made a sequel.
Yeah.
Now Nintendo, give them props. They don't flop as bad. They seem to stay in their lane. They know what people want. But this is don't get it twisted. If Sony starts or Nintendo starts doing this, is going to happen. The same thing's going to happen to them. If they start deviating from what their customer base really wants, which is fun cartoony, franchises from them. Uh, it's gonna happen to them too. It's not that hard to make money. We're pretty simple. make
Yeah.
make games fun. Make a little addicting. Make them not take over our lives, and you will give you money. It's not that hard. There's a reason why Fortnite is doing so good because they keep refreshing, putting in things they want. My middle son, he just started playing Fortnite again because they have characters he likes, they have game modes he likes. They keep refreshing. They people like the old map. What they do, they put a mode in there for the old map. People wanted no build, so they put in a game mode that's no build, and that brought in a whole nother different player. There's other players that absolutely love build. Guess what? You can still do that. It's like you need to pay
So
attention, right?
it sounds like the Fortnite people, you said Helldivers, it was like they were changing things because they wanted them to play a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And Fortnite sounds like more like, hey, we'll adapt to whatever the players really want. Like, hey, we're going to put in these new features, but if you still like the old features, like they're right over here.
Yeah.
But this is the new way. We kind of want you to play it this way. But if you don't like it, hey, then you can go
Yeah.
over there
See.
and still play whatever you had before. Yeah.
Exactly. Look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah, the old map's back. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the kind of that's how they got their players back. Oh, the old map's back. And then they changed it up. They put Transformers in. I'm like, "Oh, bet." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
everybody wants to be Fortnite. Act like Fortnite. You want to be like
Yep.
Fortnite? Act like pay attention to what they're actually doing. Not that the fact that they made what kind of game they made. They're adding what Rock Band into the game.
Yeah.
And guess what? They picked up Harmonix, who made Rock Band. So guess what? That section is going to be pretty good. And guess what? They made
Yeah.
it so the guitars that we have already work with it. It's not that hard. It's like you find the people who are gamers and know what to do and make the games. It's not that hard. Check out some indie players. It's like they put all these so much money in these games that doesn't make any sense. Speaking of
And I
things
think
that
too,
doesn't make any sense, Microsoft confirms
oh,
Indiana
my
Jones is coming to the PS5.
This was the most disappointing news I've ever heard. Like in the past probably couple years, I was just like, this is the one thing that we Xbox boys had for a long. Like, hey, we're getting Indiana Jones though. Like, we finally get exclusive that the PlayStation will not have. Like, we get our version of your Spider-Man. Like,
No,
yeah,
our version
like we're
of
gonna get
Uncharted.
Uncharted. Sorry. And I was like, yes, finally, like we're gonna get something. And then I heard the news. It's like, oh yeah, you'll get that for like 2 months, and then it's gonna go to PS5 anyways. And I'm like, Xbox, you're just killing us over here. I understand like that it gives you money to a certain degree, but if you don't have exclusives, no one's gonna want to buy your system. Like, why would they want to buy it? So it just doesn't make. It sounds like it's like a cash grab almost. Like, hey, if we throw it on PS5, we can get more money. But I'm like, if you would make more exclusives just for your Xbox, you would make more money because more people would feel inclined to buy your Xbox. It just doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense to me. Sorry, I'm ranting.
No, I want you to rant. I want you to
It just
like I said, I'm a
doesn't make
PlayStation.
sense.
I have both. I have everything. So, but I was a PlayStation guy, and you're an Xbox. I totally understand. And I kind of feel the same way. Like we had the show, and that ended up on Xbox, and like that was ours. I didn't play it all the
Yeah.
time, but that was the game, and it would be like Gran Turismo or Uncharted going over to it would be like Uncharted going over to Xbox. That's exactly what it would be. Which it would blow my freaking mind if that happens. And it could. You just never know how much money people want. I can't see this as a cash grab as much as they're losing money on Game Pass. I think Game Pass is a mistake. Like I said,
Yeah.
like we talked about before, games. I have bought nothing on Xbox as far as games. The only thing our household has spent money on Xbox is V-Bucks for Fortnite. There's been there.
Yeah.
I think I bought Modern Warfare 2 on disc, so I could have it for both PlayStation and Xbox, and so we could play crossplay. That's it, and nothing like exclusive for or Xbox, Microsoft. I haven't bought. I haven't bought there. I have no need to buy anything that they have. If I want to buy something, I buy it on PlayStation. That's where my library is, or I wait for it to be free on PC. You know,
Yeah.
it's it's uh it's crazy that they've that was their fault. PlayStation, but the thing
Yeah.
is, Game Pass is what brought me in. But now they're realizing, oh crap, this is too good of a value. We got to figure out a way to make money. Nobody's gonna buy this game because we're gonna give it away for free. Basically, we're gonna
Yeah.
find it because everybody's gonna find deals like we're showing and get play Game Pass for 3 years
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just sit on it, and then we'll just play everything we want. These are like story-driven games, so you play them once and you do done. I don't know if you played the Uncharted stuff. I highly recommend you play Uncharted when you get a chance, because those are Indiana Jones, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider at its best. I mean, the story-driven, it's amazing, and I'm excited about this game because there's no Uncharted. But I have Game Pass, and guess what? I'm just gonna play it on there. And then when it
Yeah.
gets cheap, and I can buy it on PlayStation, then I'll have it all. When I want to buy the game,
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it on PlayStation. That's what's gonna happen because they did this. This is I
Yeah.
don't see as much cash grab as like, oops, we screwed up. We gotta figure out some way for people to actually buy this game. And I'm not paying $70 for any game ever. So
No, no.
I'm gonna save up
I was trying to
2 games, and I'm gonna buy whatever subscription service there is for the whole freaking year and get it all. So I mean, that's
it
just
just
they just trained us that way now. And then during the year, I'm gonna pick up Epic Games and whatever free games they got going on there. We have plenty to play. Our backlog is filled. So this they got to figure it out. They got to go back to like making good games. Make good games. Don't put them on a freaking service right away, and charge a reasonable price, and your profits will go through the roof. It's not that hard. Anyway,
yeah, I don't know why I don't know why this decision was made. It just it yeah, I about went out and bought a PS5. I was like, you know what? I might as well just buy a PS5 at this point because everything's going on there anyways.
you might as well. That's exactly
Like
enjoying the
I'm like, I
club.
have a Steam Deck and a PS5, and I have every game that anyone will come out with. So it it uh it was really disappointing to me. I feel like they don't know what they're doing. Like you said, they have this service.
Mhm.
I think they're trying to be like the Netflix,
They
kind
are
of
the
thing
Netflix.
where
They are.
yeah. So they
Which
Netflix
is
did the
funny
same
because
thing for a
Netflix
while.
has now games. Netflix has games now.
Yeah. And Netflix, like for a while there, they were looking kind of like on shaky ground because they were spending all this money for these big movies and getting all these movie stars, and it ended up working out. I think the pandemic kind of helped a lot because everyone had nothing to do but watch,
Hmm.
Netflix. So that really boosted stuff, and then people forget to unsubscribe, and then it's just like they're ranking in cash. But I don't think that it'll work the same on a game system. You're gonna have the same pull as you do with like Netflix, where grandma's gonna get it and forget about it or whatever. And I think they're finding that out, like you said, and they're like, "Oh crap, we're gonna have to start putting this on other stuff so we can make some more money because this is just not working. We're on shaky ground right now."
Right.
So if you buy that 3 years of with the 40% off, just keep in mind you don't know if Xbox is going to be around in 3 years.
Well, they're
You
gonna
might
be
just have
on,
to put it
but
on
the
your
thing is,
PC.
I think Game Pass will be around because it's gonna be on PC too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Unless
think
they
that they're going to
Microsoft.
eventually try and go to just a cloud gaming. That's what I think it's going to go to, like
Well,
PC and cloud gaming, and
which
like they're not
isn't
even going to have a system.
they which isn't totally bad because games are getting too big. That's another topic we've had. Games are getting
Yeah.
just huge, and having the space for these games. Sometimes I look at a game I just want to try out. I'll just stream it, see if it's any good. It's like,
Yeah, someone said the new Call of Duty is like 500 gigabytes.
yeah,
Like it's like, oh my gosh.
yeah, it's
Like,
gonna,
dude,
yeah, and it's got 3 modes, and you're gonna take it off, and they have it. So, do you want to download the whole thing, or do you want to download the campaign, and then you get done with the campaign, you delete the campaign, and you can play online, and you want to play zombies, and zombies is totally separate. That's how they've been doing it for years now. So yeah,
no.
that's kind of how it's going right now. So that's kind of my take on it. That the companies don't know what they're doing anymore, and they really need to get it together. I love Sony, but I think the Concord was a big misstep. Microsoft had a lot of missteps this year. Nintendo, I think, is probably on the best solid ground. As for, I know, my son, I guess tomorrow is two Nintendo Directs coming out, so we'll see what they have. So I hope Sony has. I would like a surprise from Sony. I don't know. I mean, I wish. I know that Astrobot is coming out. That looks kind of cool. I'm not paying $40, but I'll wait for it to be free on PlayStation Plus. Because or I'll just
Yeah.
bust out the first game they gave away free with the PlayStation if I ever get the bug to play that game. It actually is a really good tech demo, so it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with that. Next story we're gonna go into is MetaQuest scraps plans to make a high-end Apple Vision Pro competitor. Um,
Right.
what do you think about that?
I think it's a good idea just to go ahead and I think that the problem with the Apple Vision Pro was that it was too expensive. I mean, people just didn't want to spend that much money, especially when you have things like the MetaQuest 3 that, maybe not as high techy or maybe not as I guess good looking maybe. They said that they was did look like better quality, but like at a huge increase in cost. So to me, I'm like, if you get something more reasonable that looks, decent, I think it's a lot better than going out and making a $3,000 device to hang on your head that no one's going to buy. Because why would you if there's something else out there for 1,000?
Yeah, I think Apple really just kind of missed the boat on there. Let's see what Jason said. Unless you have perfect unusable. Yep. Yeah, fast internet is a barrier to entry on streaming. I agree.
Oh
I
yeah,
think Xbox does it the best as far as that goes. PlayStation's a little choppy. I just recently did both. Um, but yeah, that is a barrier. But you'd be surprised how it's getting better. It's not the best, but it is getting better. But I do agree, some of us don't have good internet. Like today, last 24 hours for me, my internet's been a little spotty. So, but
yeah,
yeah. So as back to the MetaQuest, so they got the MetaQuest 3 and stuff. I think the MetaQuest 3 is the best value for what it is, for the tech it is.
exactly. Yeah,
I know you have
yeah,
the 2, but the 3, man,
yes,
it is as far as like I can wear my glasses and I can see everything, how it maps out the room real quick. It does the room really quick, and then I can play golf. I'm off playing golf, and my son and his friends been playing it, and they have their games, and they can play. I just think they got it. They figured it out, and I think if they just improve on that stuff, and Apple, I like competition. I'm glad Apple's out there to compete and say, hey, this is super cool. But I think it kind of died off pretty quick. Like you said, it's too expensive. Now, if they want to have a premium product, I'm not against a premium product. It's like premium phones. But I think the MetaQuest 3, I think they're coming out with a light of a MetaQuest 3. So I'm I think that's a good idea. I know having the 2 come out, and I think having the golf game being a cross-platform, I think that's the killer app right now is Walkabout Golf as far as VR goes,
yeah.
because it is like everybody can pick it up. We can all hang out in VR, so it's really cool. So I'm not really disappointed that they did this. I think it's they say
Yeah.
they have all these prototypes. They said this is a nothing burger. We have all these prototypes anyway, and It's not a big deal. And we're
And
always looking
like
for.
we mentioned with the Xbox stuff, it's it's knowing your customer base, and it's like
Hmm.
with this customer base who's buying stuff that's similar, great value, of a three would want to boost up to $3,000.
Hmm.
It's like
And I don't
their
want to buy
customer
a
base
VR
doesn't
set
want to
every
do
year either. And
that.
and two
Yeah,
2 to 3 was a good jump,
yeah.
from what I'm understanding. But the 2 is still good enough for the low end. So I think they get in that market. And Apple got the high end, and nobody's buying it. That I mean, that's good. And when you have look at what coming out, that new Batman game, which is looking amazing. So this is like their first really big um, title that they're coming out with that's going to be exclusive to the actual MetaQuest 3. So it's be interesting to see how this goes. People are like disappointed that it's VR, but it's like, hey man, we got to have something.
You know how they
So,
make more money off of this? If they sold to Sony for PS5, they should put it on the PS5. That's what they should do. No, I'm kidding.
you know what?
Kidding.
Watch, it's gonna happen.
They
It's gonna
probably.
happen. You know that's
Well,
gonna
yeah,
happen.
they have the
They have the
yes, they'll come to
VR.
their VR. Yeah, they have their VR, so
That's
Sony will
gonna,
have this one too.
yeah. Everything's gonna be on Sony. You joke,
Yeah,
but this could happen.
yeah,
This would be a time exclusive.
yeah. So I mean, it
Yeah.
looks cool. It makes me. I liked it too because the MetaQuest 2, it was cheap enough. I got it for I think $200. So it wasn't anything that where I had to, dive head first in and pay a whole bunch of money and maybe not like VR.
Hmm.
But oh yeah, a couple $100, buy that, play it. I like it now. So now with games like this coming to the MetaQuest 3,
Yeah.
it's way more appealing to me because now I kind of understand.
What it's
I got
about.
that cheaper. Yeah, I
Oh,
got
see,
that
this is like
cheaper
Arkham.
introduction.
This is Arkham, classic Arkham right there. When you can on the
I wonder how long it'll be. Like how long of a game it's going to be.
Yeah, if they have like just like certain like fighting modes, oh yeah, dude, this is straight up Arkham. This is looking real good. I haven't seen this trailer, but yeah, this is very interesting. I'm finding a lot of good VR games too. And just Arkham Shadows, I like it. This is really good. I'm really excited about this. I don't know how much it's gonna cost, but like you said, wait for a deal. They even have a subscription service that you can get into. But yeah, so that's another news story. Just to finish up the show, we'll have a quick one. A new popular franchise is coming back. I know you guys all been waiting for this.
We've been
The
clamoring for years.
backyard sports is coming back.
Yeah, man.
back
This is
back
I remember playing this whenever I was a kid. This was the clean game to play, Mom didn't have to worry about anything being in the game. We could just pop this in and have a good time.
I don't. Yeah, I know this. My kids played this. They this whole series. These backyard basketball, football, soccer, baseball. Yeah, these are actually quite entertaining, quite fun to play. Uh, they had all these goofy. Some of them were licensed. They showed the 76ers. I think Allen Iverson was in one of them or something like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. McDonald's had them. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
These are great games as far as the PS2 had these. Yeah, they're just plain fun. The mechanics are simple. They're simple mechanics, but they're like I said, they're just fun. They had hockey. I didn't know they had a hockey one. That actually looks fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of sports that they did with them, and it's just one of those things. I think they started coming out in like the late '90s is whenever they started coming out, and they kept going till like 2015, I think it said, and
Yeah,
then it
the
finally
early
stopped.
2000s. My kids are younger. They were coming out, and we played them on the PlayStation 2. And they got skateboarding, and they're just fun, like you said, fun, clean games. It just took like all the sports games and just kidified them all, and made them fun. And I'm excited they're
Yeah.
bringing them back. Man, they really messed up the. Somebody's showing off some. Yeah, the baseball one was
Yeah.
probably the biggest one. Football, they had
Yeah.
Here was a football. There's a basketball one. Yeah, there's a football. Oh, that's
Look
a
at that. Look
DS.
how old that looks.
That's a
Yeah, all the
DS.
DS.
That's a DS
Yeah, that's why it
version of
looks
it.
so bad.
Yeah.
That's
But yeah, I remember it was on the DS. It was on everything. And
yeah, they like definitely put it
oh, this is
everywhere.
gonna
I
be good on
mean,
the Switch though. They're gonna sell these on the Switch like crazy. This is this like made for the Switch. Uh, so yeah, I watch this stuff is better than like Madden.
it's better than that one card, that one football game you mentioned with the cards.
Oh yeah, yeah, wild card,
Everyone,
yeah,
yeah, it'll be better than that one, I guess. Like,
right. But yeah, so I'm happy for this. Bring it back, man. Bring it back. Bring something good. That's what companies listening to the customer, bringing something back that they want to play. So yeah, definitely. All right, so that is it for today. That was the show. I appreciate everybody. Remember our sub goal. We are trying to get to 1,000, and we are really close. We are getting there. We are at 900
you can
in. This
smell
is
it. We're so
12,
close.
but we're not 1,000. But again, check out Mr. Cooper at Galagaga88, and we want to check us all out. We're all hanging out at Arcades Anonymous. We're trying to get their subs up too. So if you guys like what we're doing here, if you like the group and you like what you're seeing here, you can check us all out. We're just we talk about games and just games alone. We're not trying to get in anybody's business about anything else. We just want to play games, and we want to talk about games and have fun, and that's what we're all about. So if you guys are interested in doing something like that, check us out then, and we will check you next time. Anything you want to shout out, Mr. Cooper?
Catch us too on Arcades Anonymous on Wednesday at 9 o'clock. We're both on there, as well as the rest of the crew. Chaotic's also on there too. So check us all out there, where we just talk about our nostalgic games and things like that. So it's always a good time.
Yeah, it is. It is always a good time. All right, with that, we're gonna send you out. We'll see you later.
Michael B.